let's just go straight into it. Best bars in London. I'm going to get straight into it. I've already pre-written the stuff on the whiteboard here behind me. So let's just get to that right now. Okay, let me just get that. Sure, you guys got a good angle on that. Okay, cool. Okay, so there's a few of my kind of favorites on there. The first one I want to talk about is Sketch. Now, Sketch is a great bar in, or bar slash restaurant slash club. Basically got a members club inside it, but anyone from the public can walk in and simply go to the bar. And you may have seen pictures on it. It's quite a unique place. It's got a French restaurant in there, and the toilets are like egg shaped. So it's pretty cool. Like if you take a girl on a date there, it's really quirky. It's quite unique. And that one I believe lies on Conduit Street. It's opposite, well, it's just a little bit further up from the Polo Lounge, which is also another Polo Lounge. I didn't write that one down, but Polo Lounge, yeah, is a very good one at the Westbury Hotel on Conduit Street also. But Sketch, I highly recommend. Key things to think about is, you're always looking for an environment. You're always looking for an environment that is, it has ambience. It's kind of busy. It's kind of, it takes the social pressure off the situation. Somewhere that you can people watch. But anyway, I'll get to like all these little bits in a minute. I just want to run through the list I have. So Sketch is really cool. And by the way, guys, Google all these restaurants. Don't just take it from me. Do your own research. Look at the pictures and see if it's kind of congruent with you. And I always think like you want to go where there's an option to eat anyway, So it's Sushi Samba. So Sushi Samba is more in the city. It's really high up. I think it's like 36 floors up. It's got a terrific view of the London skyline. I've had some historic evenings there with my students. It's great for just meeting women in general, but it's also great for just taking, a date for, a cocktail. Got a great cocktail bar there, and a nice little unique terrace. Or if anywhere's got a terrace, you're always looking for a terrace. It's a great place to transition to and vary up the night, and a good little place to escalate where you can get a little bit more intimate. So Sushi Samba, write that one down, guys, or Google it, check it out. Break the pattern from these sort of places that you normally would go. The next one is Oblix. Oblix is over in London Bridge. What I love about Oblix is it has live music playing. And again, it's one of the key things we're looking out for. We're looking out for something to take the social pressure off. An interactive environment, perhaps. They play live jazz, which is fantastic. If you're over an area, that's in the Shard, by the way. So again, fantastic views. If that doesn't really tickle your fancy, you can just literally walk across the lobby and find yourself in Aqua, which has many different cuisines in there. And they have some really cool bars. And it's, one to check out. Again, Google all of these guys. So Sky Bar. Sky Bar is a new one. It's the Walkie Talkie building over in, Jesus, where is it now? Again, it's over in the city. It's not too far from, I think the nearest place is Bank. The nearest station is Bank. So if you get off there, it's a fantastic building. Again, you've got those skyline views, hence the name Sky Bar. The only thing I will say about that is very spacious. And I think this is because they've got a health and safety issue up there where it can only fit like 300 people there at a time. Of course, if there's a fire hazard, they could only evacuate so many people at a certain time that lifts. So it makes sense. However, personally, I feel it kind of takes the intimacy out of it. They do have a place in there called the Sky Pod, which is a restaurant inside this massive space. That is a little bit more intimate. Needless to say, if you haven't checked out Sky Bar, you should definitely check it out. It's modern. The only thing I will say again also is in the weekends you do kind of get a lot of people from out of the city there, some city backpackers and stuff. So try to go maybe on a weeknight, preferably like a Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday is city night, so it's going to be busier than usual. So that's Sky Bar, guys. Check that one out. The next one is Jinju. Now, Jinju is fantastic. It has, you know, I'm actually eating there this week, and has the most amazing Korean food. If you go there, make sure you check out the fried chicken. And when I say fried chicken, I don't want you to think, oh, Kentucky Fried Chicken or anything like that. This is good quality chicken. You know, I mean, we had it between 3 of us, and you know, we were all done. It was a great place to eat. But I really like what they've done there, the interior design. You know, the lighting's fantastic. The lighting's really good. That's a very key thing you want to look out for as well. If you're taking to go on a date, lighting is so important, because you know, they're self-conscious about their image, you know, about the way they look. So always make sure that, you know, the lights are dim. You know, again, it's just making sure that she feels comfortable in the environment. So that's Jinju, a great Korean restaurant. Go check it out. It's on Kingly Street over in Soho. Okay, so the next one is Gordon's Wine Bar. Gordon's Wine Bar, the nearest station is Embankment. Literally, you get off Embankment and you just swing a right and you're there. What I love about this, it's just rustled in next to the greenery there. So you've got the option to have a walk like in the green in the park, but also as well, they've got like this little kind of cave. You know, it's such an old bar, you know, and inside it's like it's been like dug out of a cave. You know, it's the lighting again is on point. It's fantastic. So it's a really intimate setting. Check out Gordon's Wine Bar, Embankment. Google it. Okay. Oh, and the next one, yeah, is the Beaufort Bar at the Savoy. Now, this is a bit more highbrow. This is more about, you know, white shirt, wear your blazer, put your nice shoes on. You know, it's not really somewhere to go casually. But, you know, and I wouldn't really recommend like the real highbrow places as a first date, because it kind of puts her expectations in the wrong place. I would always say go somewhere a bit more low key first. I mean, I think the other places I mentioned, they're cool places, but they're also quite casual as well. You know, you can be casual smart in these places, and it's, you know, doesn't require too much social pressure. With somewhere like, you know, the place like the Savoy, you know, it may come off quite pretentious, or a bit, the environment may be quite intimidating, or yeah, she would expect that consistently from you. You know, and if you can deliver that, that's fine, but you don't really want to put her in that place first of all. Like, she has to earn those sort of razzle dazzle fancy places. Okay, so that's a list of some of the best bars. It's a real shame I haven't managed to sort out the questions here. This is very frustrating. I am going to look into it, but we'll see for the next one. I'll get some feedback from you guys, and maybe someone you can help me out with that. I've actually made another list, like a little bonus list for you guys, okay? Because I figured that on a lot of dates that I've been on, I look back and I think what's consistent is a certain type of bar. And these certain type of bars that I've been going to over the years have been what we call a speakeasy bar. Speakeasy bar is super cool, super hip, they're super trendy. You know, there's always something quirky about them. Like, you kind of got to be in the know to know where a speakeasy bar is. So I'm just going to turn the page right now and, you know, share with you some of the ones that I think are super cool, and you should definitely take a girl on a date too. Okay, so the first one, I don't know if you can see that up there, it's Bart's. That's Bart's in Chelsea. That's in the Chelsea Cloisters. It's a little, you go in and there's a little door on the left, and you give it a knock, and they ask for a password, but you get the password at reception, and you know that they'll let you in. And when you get in there, it's very cool. And if you take a girl to that sort of place, again, it shows like it's an in the know kind of place. So you get kudos for that. And again, you never know who you're going to bump into. You may see like some familiar faces. You know, you're always going to be some quirky characters in there. But yeah, check out Bart's. It's in Chelsea Cloisters. Nearest station would obviously be Sloane Square on the other end, or Fulham Broadway perhaps. Sloane Square is the nearest one. Okay, so the next one is Evans and Pill Detective Edge. Now, admittedly, this is one I said to you guys I'm going to share with you something I haven't been to. This is one I haven't actually got around to going to yet, but all I've heard is fantastic feedback of this place. It is on my to-do list, right? Again, it's one of these places where it's like a role play. You go in, and it's like a murder mystery kind of thing, and I don't really have too much to say about it because I haven't experienced it myself yet. So when I have, like, I'll share it with you guys. But again, it's up there with things that I think are credible. It's quirky, you know, it's like an in the know place. So check it out, and I'm going to check it out, and I'll get back to you. I'll write about that also. But luggage room is kind of like, it has a speakeasy vibe. I believe it is, Grosvenor Square, if I remember rightly. Again, this is in Mayfair, and I believe it's attached to the Marriott Hotel. If I'm wrong, I stand corrected there, but I believe that's where it is. Again, it's a fantastic little quirky place to take a girl on a date. Again, it's an in the know place, which is cool, and it gives you kudos. So, boom. Mr. Fox. Now, Mr. Fox, part of the Inception Group. The Inception Group have delivered some, you know, quite some cool bars over the years. So this one is, you know, just further down. I believe it's still on Conduit Street, more towards Berkeley Square. Again, this is rustled in behind, like, you know, what looks like just like a space for a car park. And then there's a guy standing on the door. You know, you give him a little nod, he gives you a nod, and he lets you in. You know, it's kind of that kind of vibe. And again, when you get in there, it's super cool. I mean, they've got like penny farthings hanging on the walls and stuff. You know, fantastic cocktail bar. If you take a chick there, you should be super impressed. They've opened another one as well, which is called the Mr. Fogg's Tavern in Covent Garden. I personally haven't got round to checking that one out yet, but it's pretty consistent with what they got going on over in Conduit Street. There's another one as well that the same group of people have delivered, and I believe it's called Cahoots. That's in Kingley Court in Soho. And you may have seen this in the media. I've got a bit of press recently where they've transformed you know, some old carriage, or the whole theme is like you're on a tube, basically, in the 1920s. Again, it's got that speakeasy vibe, ticks all the boxes. Yeah, it makes a fun night out. So check that out, Mr. Fogg's, very good, and the Inception Group and all their other bars. They are very on point with what they're doing here and what we're talking about. Okay, so let's get through to the tips and things that we really need to have in our conscious when we are going on a date. You know, there's a lot of things to consider. So I've read a few of them down already. I'm just going to go through them with you. So I already talked about, make sure we got that all in the screen there. I already talked about, you've got to ease the social pressure off. Okay, that's what your first goal should be. You're looking to make sure there's no social pressure attached. I mean, remember, like, when you're going on a date, you know, she's feeling equally as nervous as you are. Okay, she's probably just better at hiding it. Okay, so remember that. Don't put too much social pressure on yourself. Is also, you can take the pressure off by doing stuff like people watching. You know, so again, if it's like a busy environment, you know, it's quite ambient. It's you know, if it's a restaurant attached to the bar, that's kind of what you're looking for, because you've got all that background noise, and it kind of fills in all the awkward silences. Well, never awkward silence, it's intriguing silence. You want to reframe that. So never an awkward silence, it's an intriguing silence. But yeah, like, you're always looking for somewhere a bit busy. Maybe someone's got an open kitchen like that. And that being said, like, I think I mentioned already in this video earlier, is you want a place where there's an option to eat. You know, so anybody that has a restaurant attached has an option to eat. I would say give yourself a rule of just being there for 1 hour. Okay, maybe just say, look, okay, yeah, I've got to meet someone, yeah, after this. Okay, so put in a false time constraint. I think I actually put that in there. Yeah, time constraint. Hey, if there's any women watching this as well, like, you should do that. Like, of course, like, you want to reach kind of third base. I get that, guys, but understand this: you are cheating yourself out of the longevity of where this actually could go by trying to rush it to third base. you are not allowing yourself to emotionally invest in this person. So I wouldn't say go for a same night thing, on the first day. Sure, make out and kiss and go for that kind of stuff. But I wouldn't say, try to rush. Well, she's just going to see you as that guy, just another guy she met on Tinder or something like that. And it really cheapens you and it cheapens the brand. So, I'm not saying that sort of stuff isn't fun, but like if you really like this sort of person, don't go for it straight away. Okay. Always leave it a bit longer. Okay, so social proof. So let's talk a little bit about social proof. It's really cool. Like if you're going to a bar week in, week out, I've talked about this in my previous videos, is to establish social proof with a venue. So when you go somewhere, you want to be talking to everyone associated with that venue, all the key people, all the bouncers, all the bar staff, all the managers. And hell, if like you then take a girl there, you already have that social pool there. So them just like knowing your name or, just looking like they know you, again, it makes you like being sociable is an attractive element to anyone. Like being sociable, like isn't an easy thing. People admire people that have these sort of skills. So if you are in an environment and it just seems like people know you, that can be quite like, or like anything happen when you go live, guys. Anything where you are showing social value to anyone in that environment. If she's looking at you doing that and seeing that you seem to know everyone, then again, it can only heighten your value, right? So it increases your social value. So look to do that. It just takes a little bit of effort, but can really pay dividends. Okay. Good lighting. I already spoke about that before. You're looking for, if you're going to go to any of the places that I've mentioned, that's fine, that's great. But if you're going to try and venture out and go to some places on your own, just consider these key things. Yeah, like the lighting has to be good. Like she has to feel comfortable. There's always that golden rule. Like if she's not comfortable, like forget it. It's done. So just have that. Just think about that. Lighting is important. I mean, even at home, make sure you got the right lighting when you do eventually bounce a girl back to your place. No overbearing music. I always say this: when you're choosing a place to take a girl, you want the music to kind of be there if you want it to be, right? So it doesn't, it's not some boom boom like club music. It may be some chill out deep house music. That's fine. Something is just kind of in the background. If you want to listen to it, yeah, it's there, but it's not really taking over your conversation. Like that can be a real killer in any restaurant. I mean, any good restaurant will have that sorted anyway. If you're experiencing that, like you're probably not in an ideal place to take a girl out on a date. Logistics. Okay, logistics. So logistically, the date's got to work, right? London's great because you can pretty much get to anywhere in a cab or on the tube. If you're dating outside of London, just think like it's got to be logistically like not a hassle for either you or her. And if this is a few more dates in, let's just say it's not the first date, maybe this is like a second date or a third date, and you are thinking about taking it to third base, you've got to start thinking about logistics. Are they in your favor? Is it close to your place? Is it close to her place? Or is it close to maybe a hotel option? And you've really got to think about these guys. This could be the hurdle that really stands in your way. And I would say if you haven't got logistics down, forget about it. It's going to really become an obstacle. Okay, so that's a really key thing, guys. Like, think about your logistics. Time constraint we already spoke about. Yeah. Go in there and say that if it's a first date, it's about it's not making out, but it's like it's playing the game, so to speak. I mean, you've probably been on the receiving end of this, like women give it to you, and it just works, and maybe it goes so well that you don't have to kind of use the okay, I've got to go now. But it's a nice, if it doesn't really go too well, you can say that okay, I've got to meet my friend. So there's no pressure. You don't have to hang out with this girl all night. you know, even and if it's not going too well, you've already got an exit. You know, and I learned that off a woman. Okay, she's done it. So, but it makes sense. You know, it makes sense to just do that. And again, a place where a terrace is always good. Yeah. If it's got a terrace or an outdoor area, this is a great opportunity to kind of mix up the evening. You know, if it's going well, you can kind of break the pattern and go, oh, you know what, let's get some fresh air. You get some fresh air, you know, you sit down on a sofa, or, you know, you look over the balcony, check the view, and you just have that moment where you look at each other and then bang, you just suddenly make out. And that's the transition. That's a transition from, you know, you having this conversation, you having this fun evening, to actually taking it somewhere physical. Right, and it all happens in that moment. Think cinematic, like create this cinematic experience. I love that. And once you really kind of drill that into your head, like you become addicted to giving women that experience. And hey, I've said it before and I'm gonna say it again, right? If you know this stuff and you're not doing it, you're being selfish. Yeah, like if you know how to seduce a woman, don't hold back. You're being selfish. There's a lot of women that go through life and they don't actually experience being properly seduced. They actually end up just, you know, experiencing someone that just was convenient, or someone they just settled for, right? For you to be able to actually sweep a woman off her feet and you're not doing it, that's being selfish. So you owe it to women, okay? You owe it to women, right? Don't think, oh, I'm doing it for myself. You're doing it for them, okay? Okay, guys. I got a few more things to talk about. The Q&A. I mean, let me just have one more go, because I'd love to kind of ask some questions if we can do that. Chat. Let's see if that works. Guys, this list is available to guys. Okay, so guys, if you want to write me, if you want to ask a question, I've now opened the group chat. Fire away in there, and we should be able to. It's the if you move your arrow to the left of the video, you'll see like a blue kind of speech bubble. It says chat. Click on that, and you'll be able to ask some questions. I think if I've got it right this time. Let's have a look. Chat over here. Guys. Put it in. We are still having a problem with that. Q&A, is that working? Okay, got it. Okay, is it Ratchet? Currently answering. Okay, Ratchet. No, I don't think it's working at all. Yes, you've got me, right, okay. Right, what is your question, Ratchet, please? If you just type in there, you know, just ask your question and I'll get back to you and answer it, please. Just check if it's working. No, all right, we're going to leave that. So, again, I haven't mastered this yet, so we'll try and get better every time. I don't know if you guys know, but I've actually upgraded the camera this time, so give me a thumbs up on the video if it looks like it's improved. The lighting isn't great in here. I'm trying to work on that. Okay, sure, I'll give you a minute, Ratchet, no worries. Okay, cool. Okay, well, that's definitely working then. That's great. But yeah, also as well, guys, you know, if you have got any particular subjects that you want, I mean, as I said, we'll be doing a lot of these. If you want any particular subjects that you want me to talk about or kind of answer, then do not hesitate. Get in touch. Let me know. What's your sticking point? What's your sticking point? Is there something watching through my videos you haven't seen yet? Let me know. My job is to help you guys out. This is a no cost, so it's at no cost to you, to get your questions answered. You just have to take the information, go out there, and actually do it. That's all you have to do. It's not that difficult, and if you are having difficulty, you know where to find me. I'll give you that push that you need. So anyway, all right, Richard, are we good? Let's have a look. Okay, Richard, it's taken a while now. I'm actually going to have to move on, mate. So yeah, so guys, I want to just kind of talk about it's the last workshop of the year, the Impactful Connection workshop. It's the last one next week, I believe, December the 19th. And you can go, I can see if we can share a link. It's johnnycassell.com /workshops. You can actually pick up your place. If this is something that you've been thinking about getting help in, like this is your last opportunity to do it this year. Everyone starts like thinking, oh, okay, yeah, my New Year's resolutions are kicking in, but who actually fulfills them? Very few people. Like, don't wait for a significant date. Like, just start now. Like the advice I shared with you on these videos, you've now got some great places to take girls on dates. Go and try them out. That's great. If that's something you wasn't doing before, go and try it out. If you are struggling in the Pacific area, contact me and I'll tell you more about the workshop. I can tell you right now, we've got a crazy day of 12 hours, 6 hours of theory, like classroom stuff like this. But there's real people here. There's real people here in a situation just like you. Everyone thinks they're a special case. You're not. It's a whole community of people that are sharing their experiences, and it's my job to help you get to the next level. Give you that push in the right direction. So yeah, we do 6 hours of infield in the daytime, 6 hours infield in the evening. We're not taking you to shitholes like Tiger or anything like that. We're taking you to proper high-end places where you end up meeting women that you actually want to meet. Putting you in front of the women that you actually want to practice on. Setting the bar at a new level for you. Get all your questions answered. How to get out of the friend zone. How to have good conversation, give it some direction and where you want to go. Learn how to escalate ethically and respectfully. Not coming across like a creep. If you come out of a long-term relationship and you're feeling quite rusty, we can help you with that. We can get the ball rolling for you again. Give you the chat and get you where you need to go. So check out the last workshop of the year, December the 19th, Impactful Connection at www.johnnycassell.com /workshops, and we'll see you there. And like I say again, like any feedback you have for the the cast we're doing here, the broadcast, do let me know. What do you want to see? Oh, sorry, I've just got a question box at the bottom of the laptop, top right. YouTube, let's go. What's it? My sticking point. Okay, so Rashid has got back to me. Right, my sticking point is getting over the hurdle to approach a girl. Too much anxiety to make the first step. Okay, it's a good question. So I'll answer that one. So again, I'll say again, my sticking point is getting over the hurdle to approach a girl. Too much anxiety to make the step. So again, this is an inner game. This is a psychological thing here. What I want you to do, Richard, is just start small. Don't think, oh my God, I need to approach this girl. I need to get her number, right? Before you see a girl, you need to go out and just start being sociable. Like, get that muscle moving first of all. Go out, start being sociable, start approaching. Just ask for directions from people. Just ask for the time, ask for directions. And what this does, it now enables you to condition your body ready for when you do see that someone you like, bang, you can do it, rather than putting all the pressure on this one situation. So it was like today, I actually had my hair cut today. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm actually receding. Can you believe it? Jesus, I need to. But I've just been told there's a chemical you can do to grow your hair. Anyway, that's something else. But anyway, I come out of the barbershop and I was in like a really good sociable mood, because I was having a chat, someone I don't normally chat with, and it's like that social muscle started moving. Then I walked out of the barber shop, I walked into the coffee shop, and I'm just carrying this positive energy to the girl at the coffee counter, and I'm making assumptions on her. Oh, where's the accent from? We had a small little conversation. We had a joke about the coffee, like this ridiculous small coffee, like this thing called a piccolo or something. They call it a piccolo. It's like smaller than the espresso. I was like, you can't be giving me this, So I'm taking the piss. But anyway, I'm just giving off good vibe because I am in that vibe, So what I'm trying to say is, you need to get yourself in a social state by starting small. And this will really take off the social pressure for you in terms of actually, approaching someone you want, if that makes sense. So yeah, if you feel like that's answered your question, Richard, great. If you've got another one, yeah, sure. Hit me back. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to sign off. But yeah, it's lovely speaking to you guys again. As I said, if you want anything to me to be specifically talk about on the next show, well, we've already preloaded the next 2 ones, but we've got 3 or 4 more coming up. So hit me up and give us the thumbs up. If you like the content, give us the thumbs up, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care, guys.